order made by the Court of Appeal that status quo antebellum be restored and be set aside. In other words, the basis upon which Inec acted to remove the name of Senator Mark and his escort had been removed by the Supreme Court, agreed that the order of status quo antebellum made by the Court of Appeal was unwarranted and no basis to make it. It was unnecessary. But
if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Inec deleted David Mark's name from its website. Just like that, one court order and David Mark's name vanished from Inec's website like he never existed. Like the ADC National Convention never happened. Like thousands of party members across the country hadn't voted, organized and fought to build an opposition structure capable of challenging Tinubu in 2027. They thought they could erase a man, erase a party, and erase the hopes of millions of Nigerians with a court order. But on Thursday night, Nigerian Supreme Court had other ideas. And by the time INEC updated his website, David Mark was back, Rauf Aregbesola was back, the ADC was back. So who tried to kill this party? What exactly did the Supreme Court say? And what does this mean for 2027? Stay with me because this story is bigger than it looks. INEC's update spotted on Thursday evening reversed the electoral body's earlier position in April to remove the Marx-led executive from its portal, a decision triggered by a court of appeal ruling that asked parties to maintain the status quo ante bellum. For weeks, that derecognition had thrown the party into dangerous uncertainty. But all of that changed in one afternoon at the Apex Court. In a unanimous decision by a 5-member panel headed by Justice Mohammed Lawal Garba, the Supreme Court held that the Court of Appeal acted beyond its jurisdiction by issuing a status quo order after it had already dismissed the case before it. The Apex Court was blunt, giving such an order in an appeal it had already dismissed was unnecessary, unwarranted, and improper. Justice Garba held that courts may issue preservative orders only where there is subsisting subject matter. Once the case was concluded, that order had no business staying alive. Now understand what April 1st really meant. INEC removed Mark and Aregbesola from its portal, citing the cost of appeal adjudgment, and said it will not recognize any faction until the legal dispute was determined. In effect, the ADC, the party positioning itself as the vehicle for Nigeria's opposition coalition, was left headless at the most critical moment in pre-2027 politics. Coincidence? The ADC doesn't think so. Bolaji Abdullahi, the party's national publicity secretary, came out swinging in a statement. Abdullahi said, and I quote, "The African Democratic Congress congratulates all our members and leaders across the country on today's Supreme Court ruling, which affirmed the leadership of our party under the Senator David Marks as national chairman and Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola as national secretary." But he didn't stop at the celebration. The ADC warned that events leading to this moment have exposed a troubling pattern of interference, bad faith, and attempts to weaken the opposition in Nigeria. Adding, the ADC will not be intimidated, distracted, or silenced. Abdullahi also described INEC's recognition as faulty and demanded the resignation of INEC chairman, Professor Joas Amupitan. Atiku Abubakar weighed in with equal urgency, even as he welcomed the Supreme Court firm affirmation of David Mark and the leadership of our great party. Let no one be lured into complacency. The road ahead remains long in our course to take back and rescue our country. This victory belongs to Nigerians, the courageous millions who refuse to surrender their future. The struggle is far from over. Atiku is already converting a courtroom win into a political rallying cry. This is no longer just about who chairs the ADC. This is about whether the opposition can survive long enough to fight in 2027. And the timing makes this even more urgent. Inec has set May 10th as the deadline for political parties submit their membership register ahead of the 2027 general elections. Had the recognition stood another 2 weeks, the ADC could have missed the window entirely, and the APC would not have shed a single tear. This wasn't just a leadership dispute, this was the clock ticking, and the Supreme Court kicked that window back open. But let us not be naive. The ruling is at best an interim relief. The substantive question, who legitimately leads the ADC, remains pending at the Federal High Court. The party must now move fast, register that membership, consolidate the coalition, and prove that the legal victory is not just a headline, but the beginning of something Nigerians have been waiting for. Until I see you in the next video, remain blessed.